Welcome back to Sportz On Tap. I'm your host, James Laney, with my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
What's happening, kid?
And Kyle is not able to be with us today, so today we have someone filling in, a good friend of ours, Pillow Kyle.
Yeah! Oh my God! I actually have chills. Like I can't believe he's here.
Thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it, Pillow Kyle.
you are so, oh my God, he's so funny, man. Oh my goodness.
Before we get started today, as everyone knows, we're on YouTube, so if you do like what we're doing, please go subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so please go check that out. Subscribe, like all their stuff. It'd be really appreciated.
Yeah, we're also on TikTok.
Yeah, we're on TikTok now.
Go follow the talk. Who doesn't love the talk, baby?
Sportz On Tap with a Z.
Yes, because we cool
end.
kids. We cool with a K. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just dive right in. Unfortunate news. Joe Burrow has a torn ACL, MCL, and structural damage to his knee.
Man's got no knee.
Hate to see it, literally. I hate to see it. The kid was balling out, having a great season. I mean, record-wise doesn't show it, but statistically what he's been doing. What impact does this have on Joe Burrow himself and the team? What should the future of the team look like? And yeah.
Well, going into the season, he must have known that their offensive line was trash. So that in his head, he was probably already thinking that there's a possibility that I can get hurt. And then his worst thought came true.
Yeah.
And so it's got to mess him mentally. And being a quarterback in the NFL, you got to have as clear of the mind as possible. And that's not going to happen unless they just go balls to the wall and just get whether it's free agent signings, drafting because they're gonna get a high pick again. Drafting a tackle, a good left tackle starting. Like you need that. You need that blindside guy. But before all that happens, you need to get through the physical therapy part. That just from what you said before the show about talking to your friend.
I'll bring that up in a second. The recovery time is 9 to 12 months, which that alone, it's like maybe it could come back next year. But one, the team is not going to be good enough to go anywhere next year. So it's like, why risk it? Just have him sit out next year, it sucks because I want to watch the kid play. He was good.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about your franchise guy and after this kind of injury, you got to go with a safe path, a conservative path, especially when you have nothing really to fight for. So why not just throw out there and build up the team what you have and maybe get another high draft pick? I would spend so much money on offensive linemen though. I would draft high offensive linemen. I would get the best offensive agents out there.
Yep.
That's what I would do. One thing for the team aspect, though, AJ Green's gone. Yeah. He's gone. There's no way he's sticking around for a year.
Yep.
If Joe Burrow had stayed healthy, I think he might have considered it.
Right.
But he's my career is almost over. Let's get me to a team that's actually going to compete. But use those 2 years. But the thing, I was talking to a friend of mine, Connor Hamilton, actually, by the way, if you're listening. Thanks. I was talking to him. He went to school studying this kind of stuff and how the body works and everything. So he knows pretty well about it. And he was saying that, there's no way this guy's going to be elite anymore. It's just not possible. And I'm like, why? Because he doesn't have mobility? He goes, well, yeah, he won't have mobility. But I'm like, well, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, two little different. But, these aren't the most mobile guys, and they've been pretty successful, one more than the other. But it's these guys have been successful, so why is that? He goes, well, it's not so much that he can't adapt to not being as mobile anymore. It's that he's now playing on a papier-mâché knee.
Right.
His knee will never be as strong, and with how crappy that O-line is, he's prone to getting hurt. That's why I think they need to go out and get offensive linemen. But his knee is just not going to be the same. And the more he gets it injured and hurt, it sucks because I just don't think he's ever going to be the same.
It's very bad because we all knew this was going to happen. We all knew it. We all said that was the number one problem spot for the Bengals besides a plethora of other things. The offensive line was just awful. And before the season, that video that came out of him in practice, I think it might have been his first practice where he is running backwards for his life against the entire defensive line in practice. I don't think the offensive line, I hope to God that the offensive line just wasn't there and they just had the coach throw Joe Burrow the ball and then the D-line just go after him. Because they were like, you need to practice for this because this is what's going to look like anyway. And I hate to say it, but I did call that he was going to get hurt before that game.
You did.
In our group chat, I literally said, Joe Mixon's not playing, Joe Burrow might die. That is a verbatim quote what I said.
He did.
I said that.
It's so sad that that's the call you make.
Like,
why did you have to say it?
I didn't mean it like that. But what is the defense going to plan for Giovanni Bernard? Stop. Giovanni Bernard hasn't been in anything since he was a tandem with Jeremy Hill. Wait, is that mustache going to run for 50 yards in 2 plays? No, sir.
Maybe.
Joe Mixon will do that. Giovanni Bernard will not. The only thing that mustache is doing for him is keeping him away from the school.
I just feel for the Bengals a lot because it's like you
I
got
do
their
too.
guy. You had their guy,
Yes.
and you can start building around him. That's great.
Yeah.
But now it's over. Like, it's over for at least now. I think that knee is going to be a serious problem.
Oh, I mean, it's like that has ruined careers. Like, and just the story of Joe Burrow, like his path to get to where he was so amazing, and to have it potentially just come to an abrupt halt like this, and that's why I hope he comes back and like can actually play, because that'd be such just a terrible ending to this story.
Exactly.
But you just feel for the guy.
Yeah.
Like, you could see the amount, like, their receivers weren't even bad either.
No,
like, he had some good, like, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, AJ Green if he wanted to play. But
he's going to leave now, though. He's 100%
100%. But, like, he had the pieces there. It was just, like, you knew there was a danger of him getting hurt. And
yeah. So, what's that pillow, Kyle? Yeah, that is a good question to bring up. It's like, so should the Bengals maybe look at getting another quarterback? Maybe not young, but maybe, like, say if Cam Newton hits the market again, or someone like that, or Dak Prescott, do they go to one of these guys and look into maybe signing them? I'm maybe not so much Dak, because that could be a long-term thing, but do you get a filler quarterback like Cam Newton or a Nick Foles? I'm not exactly sure who's on the free agent market, but do you go get one of these guys to fill in for, because Joe Burrow is going to be out next year. Right. I think that's going to be the smart move. Do you get a filler QB?
Yeah. I mean, sure, why not? I mean, they're not going to be good either way. They're still going to get another high pick, so I feel like that's going to be fine. But just get, even if Burrow can be there, like, you need to get like a solid veteran quarterback who's been around, who can still kind of teach him some things. Where, because I mean, knowledge in that league is, I can imagine, is valuable to no end. Like, this is,
that's why Brady's so successful, because of his knowledge. I mean, and his somewhat physical
although
ability and accuracy.
Although Brady does not share it with the younger quarterbacks because he's spiteful, and I love him for that. But that's just how that is.
Yeah, I say it's unfortunate. Hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he at least comes back so he can play a long career. But that's one of the worst knee injuries I've heard of.
Yep,
just so much.